and welcome to another episode of New Hope News. This is when we take time to celebrate the opportunities we have to grow in faith as we worship, learn, and serve together. Our Lenten journey to and through the cross is nearing the end, but it's not over yet. We have some special services this week to prepare to fully experience the joy of Easter next Sunday. Melissa, can you remind us of the details?
Sure. We would love for you to join us this Thursday, April 2nd at 7 p.m. for our Maundy Thursday service. That night, you'll hear some first-hand accounts from those who were with Jesus during his last 24 hours here on earth. Before and after the service, you will have the opportunity to make your own story stones to take home with you, so that you can share the story of Holy Week in your own words. Our Good Friday service will be April 3rd at 7 p.m., and, as is our tradition, we'll have the opportunity to go to the cross, hammer and nail in hand. These powerful services will prepare our hearts and minds to receive the good news of the empty tomb on Easter morning. Hope to see you there.
Thanks, Melissa. I've always found our Holy Week services to be very meaningful. I hope you'll consider joining us. On Easter morning, we'll have our regular services, 8:15 traditional and 10:15 contemporary. Don't forget to bring in all the coins you've been collecting for the Change for Change challenge. Speaking of which, we have a special guest with us this morning to tell us about why this collection is so important. Over to you, Casey.
Hi everyone, my name is Casey Hartman and I have the privilege of working with students in the Fox C6 School District. I'm really grateful to be partnering with New Hope on something that can really make a meaningful difference for a lot of our kids and families. So during this time, I want to take a minute to talk about some lunch debt. This is something we see pretty regularly where families will fall behind on paying for school meals and this balance just builds over time. And while it might sound just like a financial issue, it really does affect students in deeper ways as well. For some kids, it brings a sense of embarrassment or anxiety around lunchtime. They might feel singled out or worried about what others think. Sometimes they'll even avoid getting lunch altogether. And for families, it's just one more thing that they're trying to manage on top of everything else that life is throwing at them. That's why this Change for Change offering matters so much to us. What you're giving is going directly toward paying down that lunch debt in our district, and it truly makes a difference. When that burden is lifted, students can just focus on being kids and learning and none of the other stress that's at home or if they're able to grab a meal for the day. Families also get a little bit of breathing room, and it's one less thing that they're having to carry with them at the moment. So as you head into this last part of Lent, I'd invite you to consider being a part of Change for Change. What might feel small on your end can really have an impact on somebody else, especially in our district during this time. Thank you for partnering with us and caring for students in our community.
Next Sunday, as we celebrate the way that Jesus paid the debt for our sin, let's pay it forward by giving generously to pay off the lunch debt for as many students as we can. The Change for Change challenge isn't the only way we can make a difference in the lives of others, though. Remember to sign up for Serve Day, happening April 18th. There are details on the sign-up sheet in the gathering room, and more will be shared in the newsletter this week. Before I wrap up this morning, Ted Sulzer is here to tell us about something happening the day after Serve Day. Ted?
Thanks, Joel. As a new member of the Leadership Board, also known as the Ministry Council, I want to invite all of you to attend our first town hall meeting on April 19th. We'll be celebrating some of the amazing things God is doing in and through New Hope. We'll also communicate our current financial situation and have a short time for questions at the end. Please know there is nothing to be alarmed about. This meeting is simply an opportunity for the board to communicate the state of the church to as many people at the same time as possible. To encourage more people to participate, we'll be having just one worship service that day at 10:15 a.m. We'll be providing a light lunch. Any questions before then, feel free to reach out to a member of the leadership board. There's a list posted in the hallway.
Thanks, Ted. I'm looking forward to hearing about what God is up to here at New Hope and finding out how I can be an even bigger part of it. Well, that's all the time we have for today. But as always, you can find the details on everything we mentioned this morning in the weekly What's Up email and on our Facebook page. You can always contact Pastor Michelle or the church office to find out more too. Thanks for tuning in to New Hope News, and remember, we have been blessed so that we can be a blessing to others. Until next time.